Okay, so official welcome everyone to today's webinar. We're very happy to get you started. Today, the topic will be the best practice to manage your recruitment. So starting today, we have actually 4 people, but just we have Deborah. She won't be speaking much, or she's not today's star, but she's a star. And then we have Shadi. She will be today the director
Hello.
of the team. We do have Kilian today. He will be the junior talent acquisition specialist. And myself, David, I will be the senior talent acquisition specialist.
So what about today? What's on the agenda for all of us? Well, first, enjoy the show because the first part will be all about lights, camera, and actions. When you will be following up, so David, Kilian, and I in a daily life of a recruitment team and using Boond as well, so you can learn a few cool tricks. And second, we will also have our classic question and answer. And as Cyril said, don't hesitate during the show if you are the presentation, if you have any questions, use the Q&A buttons to write them down. Either we can answer straight away, or we will be keeping the interesting and more complex questions for the end of the show. I think we are ready to start, guys. So oh yeah, forget one last thing maybe that because you might be asking questions. I was going too fast. Some prerequisites because you might start wondering why our interface may differ from yours. It's because we did some special arrangements before starting. First, we choose the appropriate settings. We also make sure that we had sufficient rights and permissions in BoondManager. We created emails and action templates to save times. And lastly, we already added some well-qualified profiles and candidate cards inside of the systems. Now we should be ready to go. And once upon a time, a Monday morning.
Morning, Kilian.
Good morning, David. How are
How
you?
are I'm good. I'm great. I had a wonderful weekend.
That's perfect. That sounds good.
Yeah. I went to the opera. That was great. I loved it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And you, what did you do?
Oh, yeah, some rest, child, something
All
like
right.
that.
So you're fresh and ready for this new week.
Yeah. So,
Excellent.
yeah, this like your weekend, this week is starting great because look what I've just received. I received a mail from Michel, the sales
Yeah.
guys,
Good news.
obviously. He's sharing me, a new need, and he's asking me to help him to find a good candidate. I learned that you already work with this client, so
Yeah.
maybe I suggest that we can work together on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Just count on me. That's, great. I'm always happy to work in the team with you. And I know Michel really well. I know his needs really well, so I can definitely help you on that.
Okay, perfect. So I'll already answer him through the thread. So I'm on it with David, so perfectly. And by the way, while waiting for you, I've started to looking for a good profile, but recently I look like I don't find one.
All right, so show me what you did, so then I'll try to understand.
Yeah, for sure. So I went to the positioning tab through the opportunities card. So here I click on create. And I switch to candidates mode. And here, look, no candidate found.
I see. That's Michel is a very good guy. He's a very, very hardworking salesperson, and he qualifies his need really well. He puts many criteria, and what's from what I see here, there is the sector, which is agribusiness, that we actually never use when we qualify the resources and the candidates, and that's why we don't have anyone.
Okay.
So that's fine. Let's just get rid of everything here. I will show you something different. First of all, I would just like to make sure that you know how to use the search in the candidate modules. There are 2 main ways to be looking for candidates with the keywords and the filters. For the keywords, do you know that we have the Boolean search, which is included in BoondManager?
Yeah, I heard about it. I know that you can also use some word with some filter combined together, right?
That's correct. As you see here, we have the reminder for the rules that you can use for the Boolean search. So here I can put Java and Spring or JavaScript. So 2 compulsory words and then 1 which would be maybe between Spring. And so there are many possibilities. For the filters, you're right. So then if you click on filters, you will find many options using the evaluation of the candidates, the availability, the tools and things like that. And you can combine both with filters and keywords. That's correct. Just one last thing, when you use the keywords, you can
Mm-hmm.
also search per type of keywords. If you just
Oh,
want to be looking the resume of the candidates, or maybe just the last name or first name, so you can narrow the search and be very precise.
okay.
All right, but let me show you something different that I'm sure you love, and I'm not sure that you know about that, because I
No.
know Michel's really well, and you know the kind of candidates he's normally looking for.
Yeah.
I've created a safe search. So when I
Okay.
click there, it's got, so I've got some of them, and mine here is pipe dev Java full stack. And you know, clicking
Yeah.
there, you see I've got a
Oh,
keyword, I've got filters pre-selected just in one click. That's nice, right?
okay. Yeah, yeah. But I don't understand. I don't have this search on my side.
That's all right. You can create your own search. Also, you know what I
Okay.
can do with my profile, I can decide to share my search with you. So
Mm-hmm.
here I can just share with Kilian. And then from now on,
Okay.
if you go to the candidate module, you will have it so you can enjoy my safe search.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. And good news, you know, with that search, we have
Yeah.
5 results, so 5 possible candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what I suggest is that we go through them, we check them. I'll let you do that, and you let me know what you think.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So let's first check 80. Okay, so the stages to deal with. Maybe check the expectation. Oh, yeah, the mobility is okay too. The administrative tab. So it seems okay. Maybe look on the TD, so to see the technical details.
Mm-hmm.
So he have the Java G2E and developer like the Michel needs. So that's perfect.
Good profile. Yeah.
Yeah, let's switch to another one. Okay, so Abel, here Abel have also all the technical details
Yeah,
like
good
he need,
experience,
good
master tools,
experience.
salary is
Here,
okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe check the
Validated.
stage.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay,
just to
an
make sure.
interview.
Second. Yeah, that's good.
And the mobility also is good, so
Yeah.
perfect. Let's switch to another one. Laura, okay, Laura, do not contact anymore. Okay, so here,
Doesn't sound good.
yeah, we have a warning, so maybe we'll go check the actions. Here, okay, so consent interview, not sure, consent interview didn't came. Okay, so I think it's not a good idea to position in her.
Yeah, you know, that's why it's very important to, you know, keep track of everything in the actions, because thanks to that, we know that, you know, she's
Yeah,
maybe not that reliable, and then for VIP clients, not good. So she
yeah,
won't be selected here. Yeah.
yeah, totally agreed. So Carla, okay, so she have the she have a low experiences, so I
No,
don't think that it's good for a VIP client, right?
she's too junior. Yeah.
Okay, let's switch. And Caramel, yeah, good experiences. Maybe check the expected salary because, oh yeah, it's a little bit high, but we can suggest
And
him.
he's worth it. He's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if my calculation is right, we have 3 people, but we need 5, right? So 2 is missing.
That's correct. So we do have 3 possible candidates right now. We have 2 missing, so it's true that we have to find another 2 ones. But come on, you know,
Okay.
we've been working very hard on this Monday morning. I think we do need a break, so we should go to the maybe cafeteria and then, you know, grab a coffee. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go with some things.
Okay, so let's grab the coffee.
Thank you very much, Kian and David. So we just saw the goal of this particular part was to show you how to work collaboratively and also cross-team, because first, remember, sharing is caring. So in our scenarios, the salesman Michel shares the need cards with the recruitment teams. So Kilian receives an email with the direct link to the cards and personalized message asking for help in this particular case. Note that you can share any cards in BoondManager, the classic, like the candidates, the CRM, needs, project, and that kind of things. But also, and that even cooler, you can also share action cards. So you can share your interview reports, notes, anything that you deem necessarily and interesting to any member of the team. And of course, it works in both ways. So Kilian and David will be also able to share with Michel at the end. We also saw a very cool feature called discussion threads, which is kind of fresh, couple of months back now, but it's pretty cool. That's allow you to share and talk through threads in a chat-like manner, and it's directly links to a cards. And why is that particularly amazing? It's because it's limit the loss of information, as you can always find it back on the cards it originates from, thanks to a little icons. So first you could use share, but it would be depending entirely on the emails, and they can get lost or forgotten or erased. So with the discussion thread, it's completely different. And plus you can have multiple participants talking in the same threads. So that's a bonus. And lastly, David showed you the Safe Search feature. It will allow you to create customized pipelines or funnels for your recruitment team's process, for example. In this particular case, we were creating a special pipelines to find a quite specific profile. And the idea, of course, is to qualify all new incoming candidates TD, so you can then use the different filters to save sometimes. And lastly, Safe Search is also quite amazing to animate your meetings, especially when you combine them with Kanban views. That we'll be coming back to that later. I think the break is over, guys. Are you ready to go back to work?
Yeah, and oh my God, this Nespresso coffee was amazing, Kylian, right? I love this new machine.
Smelled
Good
very,
investment.
very good. It's a good investment, yeah. Thank you.
It is, it is. All right, but now it's time to get back at it. So let's go back to work. And I've got good news for you.
Okay.
I found actually a good candidate on the Indeed job board that we use a lot at the moment. I think his profile is very interesting, and we've already had a first quick phone conversation, which went really well.
Perfect.
So I just to confirm with the guy an interview that we've planned for this coming Friday. So maybe what I suggest that we create him in Boon, because the profile is not there yet, and then we'll be up to date, right?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So that's a CV. It's Robert Smith, Java developer. Very good profile. So maybe use that CV and go to the candidate module. We are going to click on the plus to use our wonderful application, which is HR Flow. So we can just drop the CV there, and then that will create the profiles in no time.
So we could just call him Mr. Smith, right?
Absolutely, Mr. Smith. Yeah, perfect. So that's Robert. So let's validate the profile. We're just going to add maybe some information, some additional information. We're just waiting for this to be validated. There we go. So maybe that, the title, we can just shorten the title if it's too long. Then we can add that he would be an internal consultant, if we hire the guy. The resume source, we're going to put Indeed. It's very important for us because it's something that we analyze then in the reporting. Then we have the mobility, which would be here, Ile-de-France. That's where we need the people for Michel's needs. We can save, and then we're just going to go to the technical data to add a few things there. So the experience is got from 3 to 5, the education level, it's master's degree. He's got two very important tools that we need there, which is Java and Spring. So that's two, compulsory things here for the clients. And finally, for the activity area, we can add developer. And then we have a very, very complete profile. All
Perfect.
Right. Okay, so now that I've created the guy, we're going to go to the Actions tab to create the reminder for the interview coming up on Friday. So let's click on the plus. Obviously, we've created the templates for the interview. So then we have already everything there. We just need to complete at the end of the interview. What I suggest, Kylian, is that you take care of the interview on Friday. So here, I will, you'd be the manager of the reminder. The interview will be on Friday at 11. And so we are going to synchronize that to calendar. So I'm sure that you don't forget. So we're going to add it to your calendar. So you see it's a start date, the 11th, 11 p.m. from up to 12. And for the title, we are just going to add that it's an interview for Robert Smith. We're going to put a nice title because actually here we can invite Robert as a guest using his email address. So then, he won't forget either. And finally, what we can do is just under the guest here, we have another little space just to put some comments that will be visible by the guest in the events, in the calendar. So we can put the directions to go to the office. And obviously everything that you put then, in the main body of the action is just for us, as usual, just for BoondManager. Okay, so let's save that. We can even check if you want in the calendar that it's been added correctly. So you do believe me? You see
Here.
it on Friday, so
Okay.
it's right there. It's straight away in your calendar. We've
Thank you.
got the comments.
Mhm.
And finally, what I suggest, just to make sure that Robert doesn't miss the invitation, we can send him an email using the emailing application. What we can do, so we can click at the top, or we can directly click right there, in the icon, in the email line, and then obviously we have another template, so we don't lose time. So here
Always
it's
template.
always template, interview confirmation. We just need to change the date. So it's the 11th at 11 p.m. and the place, that would be our Paris head office.
Right. That's perfect.
Last
So
but not least,
yeah,
ask me.
If I send this email, maybe I should make an action to put
No,
it also.
you
No.
don't need to do that.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
see, I'll show you.
Okay.
First, here there is even something better we can do, is directly change the stage of the candidate, through the
Okay.
emailing. So we don't have to do that afterwards. We can send the emailing, and for every emailing that you send, then if you go to the action tab of the card here, so the candidates, you'll see that we create an action for you, so you don't have to do it.
So, okay. So it's a time saver. That's cool.
It's a time saver. All right, okay, so that's one more. So now we've got 4 candidates, but we do still have one missing.
Yeah, but I have a good news. So I found an amazing profile on LinkedIn. Can I show you?
Show me, yeah.
Perfect. Maybe you know her, but I found it in a hopeless place. Here we come.
Rihanna, it rings a bell. I think I've heard of her. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I suggest is to add her to the databases through the plugin LinkedIn here.
I love that plugin.
Yeah, very fast. Look,
Yep.
I just have to check which profile I want. So it's a candidate. I have to switch the civility to Mrs. always, and check all the details here. I can change the stage or where they come from, the availability, and click to create a new candidates.
Yep.
Perfect. Like you teach me, every time you had somebody, you had to quantify the data. So here I go to the candidates, click on Rihanna. Perfect. Here I can switch the type, very important. And also I can add the mobility. And here to go very, very fast, I can click on Ile-de-France to select all the departments and delete those one that she don't use.
She doesn't want to go to the countryside,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a city girl. Okay, so save. And now what I suggest is maybe to go on technical details to add more details about her. So their experiences, 3 to 5 here. Okay, and had the tools like you teach me. So I heard Java GE, yeah, 5 stars. Yeah, okay. Springs and I had some activities areas also, like developer.
All right, that sounds pretty good.
Thank you. That's good. So here what I have to do now, if it's good, we have 5 person for Michelle. So maybe we can go on the opportunities and make some positioning.
Yep, if you feel like it, just for you to keep learning the ropes, maybe that you could do that to show me how you would position the 5 candidates. That's fine. All right.
So here I found the opportunities. Go on positioning tabs. Click to create a new positioning. Go on candidates. Here I have to take like you teach me. Okay, I can select olds, and maybe we say that Laura, we have to take it off. So okay,
yeah, that's correct.
And maybe we can
so that's 5.
Yeah, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's okay. And notify Michelle. That's a good practice, right?
It'd be happy to know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and make some position. So here I think we have all. What do you think?
Yeah, that's correct. So now, quick reminder on the process that we agreed on, with the sales team, and us, the recruitment team. So we've done our job. We found the 5 candidates for Michelle, and now Michelle's job is to go to the opportunity, to qualify, to put the prices and everything. So we just stop there, and then that's it for us.
Yeah, now you teach me something more. So maybe you forget about it.
I know what you're speaking about. Yeah, it's that we've got now the new task list, which is new, and it's true that we can go there and check
That's
what
very
we've done.
cool.
Yeah.
So we can here check what we have done, like make positioning done, notify the sales team about it done, and the last one is in progress. So now everybody can know what we already done, and we can follow our need.
Yeah, that's very convenient. All right. Okay. Wow. We've been working so hard today, but I'm glad because, we've got everything that we had. So that's wonderful. Did you know that tonight we had an after work?
Yeah, I book it on my agenda. So
okay, so we have to go. I think there is some very good beer tonight. So let's go there. Let's grab a pint and see you there at the bar.
Yeah, see you there.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Enjoy, guys, but remember, always drink responsibly. It's worth saying. So this part was all about tips to optimize and improve your workday. And how do we do that? First, as you saw, creating candidates has never been easier thanks to our LinkedIn widgets and also our parsing apps from the upload of resumes that you might know already. After saving the profile though, again, don't forget to add the maximum of information, especially availabilities, mobilities, evaluation, status. And of course, you can also historize the different interviews, calls, add your notes into the action tabs. You can also create templates to never forget to ask a question again. That's quite useful. Quickly also, TD tab is quite key, so remember to spend some time as well tailoring the information in it. Secondly, if we have a look at how to communicate and follow up with the candidates, then you will have to use our amazing app called Emailing app, where you can confirm interview, do mass follow-up to all different profiles directly from BoondManager without having to move and go to another click, another system, another tab. So quite perfect again. You might want to add also other useful apps, such as our calendar synchronizations apps, either for Gmails or for Microsoft, that will allow you to send meeting invitations while creating your actions. So again, time saver. And you will also be able to add widgets on your email side these times that will be helping you to push some email that you seem deemed worthy of adding them up into the action tabs in BoondManagers. So if you need any help with that, let us know. About the search for potential candidate now. It's smoother as ever because you can visualize very easily the progress or lack of progress with our Kanban view, which, as you might have noticed, is quite of our favorite here. But the list view can also help you have more details information in one view. Don't forget to use keywords, and with the mighty powers of the Booleans operators, you can quite create the perfect search filters for you, mixing keywords and specific filters. And last but not least, we have an amazing new features from a couple of weeks, really, and it's our to-do list. So you can create to-do list for candidates, resources, project needs, anywhere in Boons to make sure that your processes are being respected and that no one skip a steps. I think it's time to see if the after work went well and if the guys are ready to get back to work.
Yeah, ready to get back to work. Oh, Gideon, what happened to you?
Yeah, yesterday was a very, very good night. We have so much fun, but now I have a headache and
You've been drinking too much again.
Yeah, too much drink, like always. I can stop myself. But my eyes is hurting, and maybe what I suggest is to switch BoondManager to the dark mode, right?
That'll be perfect for you. So yeah, just go to configuration and then just activate the dark mode. Yeah.
Yeah. Here the theme, we can switch it to dark mode and save it. Oof.
Ooh, much better. Much better. You see, that was just perfect for you.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm
Okay. So now you're ready to work. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay. I've got a bit of bad news because we received that email from Michel. He said, "Sorry, Kellen and David, but I had to turn Robert Smith down. I had a bad feeling with him, not to be recommended."
Oh. Okay.
All right. So
something's happened.
some things happen. We'll talk to Michel later, but just for now, let's do what we have to do. So let's reply to Michel just to say, don't worry, we'll just, carry out the necessary actions to let Robert know. So let's send that.
Yeah.
And what I suggest is then that, we just go to the opportunity and then we are going to update the state of the positioning for Robert. But what we could do, we are going to try to be efficient to update the state of the positioning. We're going to select the positioning, trigger the emailing application, so we can at the same time let Robert know that it didn't work and update the state of the positioning. So let's click there on send an email, send mail, and obviously again we are going to use a template, so always template. Which is following your application. So that is something of application, blah, 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 blah. It didn't work. We're very sorry about that. And then let's update the state. So here, not suitable profile. And when we are going to send the email, again, that new amazing feature, which is to, give a reason for here the end of the process. So we have different reasons that we've configured, and here we're going to use bad feeling because that's what Michel said. So at least we know that we rejected the candidate because of the bad feeling. Let's confirm. There we go. And now, so it's updated. You see right there. Robert's, is aware. So we're done. All right. So maybe I hope that you've got better news for me.
Yeah, better news. You have I have a good one. So I jumped to Michel on the cafeteria, and
what did he say?
Yeah, he told me that he met Rihanna and he talked with her. And what he say already?
I'm sure he said that he loved her, right?
Yeah, he loved it. Yeah, he loved it. And
okay. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and she also say that she wants to work, so it's a match, I think.
Okay.
So maybe what I suggest is to convert the positioning to validate.
So at least our team will know that they will need to create a project. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And here go on the Rihanna profile through the candidates and go on administrative tab here and create a new contract to send to her.
Yep.
So here I can
so
switch.
She can sign very quickly. We won't let her go. Yeah.
Yeah. And we can switch all the details here. Okay, there, classification, and I had annually salary for 45.
All right. Okay.
What
she's got the restaurant vouchers. That's correct.
Yeah. So that goes with. What I have to do now is generate a document through the application that you teach me, doc template. So I will ask to generate intent to hire and generate it. Here I can check all the info is correct. So here and Rihanna
intent to hire.
Okay.
They've got her address, 49 Hopeless Place. Developer Java. That sounds great. All right, salary, everything's there. Okay.
Okay.
Start date.
So what I have to do is now I have a meeting, so I have to go, but I will send her after, right? Okay.
Sure. Yeah, just don't forget. But yeah, that's great. Thank you, Kylian.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's maybe recap these parts of the webinar. So doc template application. It's an application that you've got in your marketplace that will allow you to create your very own template for quotes, technical data, bills, contract, and many other things. Using variables, Boon will automatically fill and generate the documents following your templates. Do not hesitate to contact our support team for help getting started, and also to watch our webinar about the doc template application. Did you know that emailing can automatically update stages and create an action to keep track of it too? Again, time saver, big time saver. Tips: do not hesitate to create more templates for your recurring emails for all your company or only you, depending on what you prefer to do. And remember that you can add files to it, like CV or any other attachments. And last but not least, if you don't know our end of process features from last week, run to your administration control panel. It will allow you to mark a stage as end of process and add a list of end patterns that you can easily visualize and monitor. You can quickly see why one of your prospects always rejects your candidate or why your candidate always rejects a job. I think it's at the end of the week yet. Really, time flies. Let's end it on a good note with our weekly meeting.
Well then, that's quite a good idea, David. Thank you very much for the introductions. And for that, where do we go? Of course, we go to reporting, synthesis, and recruitments. But I think I'd like to focus on you, Kilian. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, okay. Like always, only with me. But
that's because you did amazing this week, so I want to highlight that, and I already have a specific safe search for that, so that's where I can always keep an eye on how good you're doing. So we are right now on week 45, and I wanted to really congratulate you because you did an amazing job in the last weeks with your total number of new candidate added to the system, because every time you either reach the objective that I gave you, or you completely, I was about to say exceed it, but it's basically exploded because you double it twice. So that's quite amazing. As you can see, all green. So honestly, quite proud of you. And I know that David teach you well. So keep going. That's amazing.
He helped me a lot.
That's cool. That's the spirit. You also did quite a number, literally, on the positioning. So 7, and I wanted to tell you that I had a conversation with the sales teams and with Michel earlier, and I think they're basically in love with you because they said that you're doing quite a good job by finding the perfect candidates. I don't know what you think about that, but again, let's keep like this.
Thank you.
What can we check? A little maybe warning. It's for your candidates in the steps to deal with.
Okay.
Because, for example, you have one remaining candidate that you created in week 41, still in this particular states.
Okay, can we maybe check who is it? But because I don't remember.
Let's click on it.
Oh, so you can click and see, oh, it's Porter, not Harry, but Max.
Yeah, Max Porter. On your side of the reportings, because you have views as well, you can follow up like this, and you, whenever you see a little link in yellow, you can actually, orange, yellow, you can click on it.
Okay.
Normally, just so you know, BoondManager will let you know if nothing happened with the candidates and stayed in the stage deal with for about 15 days, it will let you know. So right now you have 2 like this, and that could be interesting for you to focus on that on Monday morning, not to.
Perfect. So I will receive a notification, right?
Correct. If you don't do it fast enough, BoondManager knows about it.
Yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to say, that you have a lot of candidates for the first interview, second interview. Again, that's amazing. And the result is that you actually have a proposal to be sent. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, we found a very good profile on LinkedIn. Like, she working on the lingerie and the makeup, but now she working with us.
This is crazy, right? Yeah.
The name is Rihanna. So yeah.
Okay. And so perfect profile added up to the system smoothly, and you're to find
very good. I already sent the proposal and she's okay. So I'm very, very, very happy for that.
Oh, that's the one Michel was talking about. Okay, that's come back to me.
Congrats again, Kilian.
Thank you.
Again, good job, guys. I hope we can hire her soon enough and start working to the future. That would be good. Let's see, what can we have a look about your action now? So something that you need to pay attention to, because right now you are lower than your expectations this week and last week as well. So basically, when you slack off on your fun interviews, it will have consequences for your workloads in the next following weeks, because the more fun interviews you have, the more physical interview you planned, and so the more people you can actually hire and positions.
Okay, thanks for the tips.
So if you need to skip something, don't skip fun interviews, because it's something really useful for the future.
My phone's gonna burn. Okay.
Perfect. Make it burn. Make it burn. So again, quite great. There's one last thing that I wanted to check, because you did such a number with the number of candidates. I wanted to see where do you find them, and for that I can check the sources. And it's also important for us because we paid most of them, so I need to check the ROI, because it's in the end all about money, right? So you find a lot of people on LinkedIn, quite amazing, by hunting. A lot of people on Indeed as well. I might need your help, guys, if you agree with that, because I see that the job board and the job posting app are actually quite low. Could you have a look as soon as possible and update the different job offer and profile that we have there?
We'll have a
Because
look
they're
there.
quite costly, so I would like to make them efficient. Okay.
Yeah, we'll double check that. Yeah.
Perfect. Then I think we're all ready to enjoy the weekend. I wanted to thank you again for the amazing week and see you bright and early on Monday morning, guys. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Thank
Have
you,
a great
Charlie.
weekend. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kilian. Bye-bye.
Fine, thank you all. Let's recap this last part, reporting and objectives. Reporting and objectives are perfect to quantify your business, as you just saw. It is the best way to usually highlight where you stand at any given moment based on numbers, results, action. You can also pick the KPI you wish to follow with the cogwheel on the top right. Recruitment reporting lets you check the tendency, are you late or in advance with your objectives. You can also have a pretty good idea of how useful your job really are, and then cut them off if you are losing money. As about objective, there is a best way to energize your teams. Your teammates will see it, and you can choose weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually objectives. And why not a little challenge once in a while with specific objectives on given week with the champagne as a reward. We are French after all. That's marked the end of our webinar. Now, let's do it with the question.
And I think we have a lot of them,
Yeah.
so that's great.
Yeah, it's question and answer time.
Where do we start?
Same time.
Let's see. Let's read it.
We have actually 3 questions from Diogo.
Yeah.
In Portugal. So one of them is, very quick to answer. Is there any way to use the LinkedIn extension with the LinkedIn Recruiter Lite accounts? At the moment, the only compatible LinkedIn that we can use for BoondManager, let's say, is the basic free version. So if you have any other version that you're using for now, we don't have the compatibility. So you have to switch back to the regular version to use it. So that we're sorry about that, but yeah, that's the way it is for now. And you try to do better in the future if we can communicate more with LinkedIn.
True.
Another question from Jogo is there any way to track positioning states in the reporting, for example, the candidates in the state CV sent in a given week? Right now, in the reporting modules, we don't have any indicator about the state of the positioning. We do have the state of the candidates, we do have the states of the opportunities. So what we recommend, if you want to, track your positioning state down and then see what you have in the volumes, you can directly go to the positioning modules. You could use, for example, the Kanban view as we have here. You can just display the states that you are interested in, and then you will see for each of them, like here position, CV sent, the number of positioning in those states. So that's so it's not in the reporting, but let's say that you have the same thing directly from the positioning modules. If that can do the trick for you.
Maybe to complete.
Just go ahead. Yeah.
Because I saw another question, but on the chat one about positionings rejections. Sorry. So to set up all the reasons for rejections. We can go through the administration tab and on the global settings here. And you can check the states, and here we go into the stage of positioning, and we can mark him like is the end of the process with the hand here. And if we click it, we have all the reasons here. That's a new feature, and you can set up for all rejections or stage that you have it. You can also archive or delete it. Here you can save and use it when you change the stage.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite new. So yes, if you don't know about it, it's normal. If we stay on this screen just maybe a couple of seconds, because we have a question from Claire. If we go back to the Kanban view right after that.
Yep.
So Claire was wondering how to access the Kanban view for opportunities. So it's actually the same system on all the different modules. Just go on the module you wish and then click on the view button on the right side to Kanban view. And then, so here we have a different line, which is warm, hot, cold, postpone, and that kind of things, which is our default settings for the opportunities. So it will be matching which stages and steps you have decided for the opportunities. And you can do that everywhere.
That's correct.
And again, it helps, it's quite visuals.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Claire.
It really helps to follow things up. That's really convenient.
I think also maybe it was on the chat. Somebody else was wondering why they can't share the safe search. It's because unfortunately it's not up to you. It's up to your administrator if you can actually share your safe search or not. And it will be something that they can change inside their your access. So your different roles or your different rights and permissions in the system, they can say, yes, you can share with everybody, or no, you can't share.
Yep.
Microsoft, maybe we can show.
Yeah, we can show the synchronizations.
Yeah.
So for people wondering if you have questions on how to synchronize your calendars to be able to add your actions into it, you can, the easiest way for you would be to use our amazing helps and just type either Microsoft if you're working with Office 365 or G Calendar if you're working on the Gmail components, and that's where you will find the correct articles with the details of all the different steps to be able to set up the systems. And if you need help, you can always give us a call at the support teams.
Maybe this article is only in French for now, but it will be in
English. To translate.
We need
done
to
shortly.
Maybe that we can show, because we had a question in the chat about the tasks list, just to show how you can create that. So because as it's quite new, so everyone can see, so you need to go to the administration of the platform, then you go to the templates module, and then the last tab here, tasks lists, and you can decide to create here your different lists, and when you add one, that will ask you the name of the task list that you're trying to create, the type of cards that you want to create it for, like the candidates, then the type of candidate here, because we speak about candidates, there could be all of them, just maybe everyone except the external, for example. Then the stage, because obviously the list can correspond to candidate type and depending on the stage where they are. And finally, then you can answer your different task, like it could be task and subtask or just task, and then you're free to go and create everything there. So that's how you can do that, and it's very, very convenient.
Let's see. Anybody have any last-minute questions?
It looks like we do have more questions. So from Diogo and Claire again. So Claire, I want to know, how do you
we already
have the view of the we answered that one.
I think both of them.
Oh, both of them. Oh yeah, because they were just waiting for the answer. Oh yeah, so it's not your questions. Yeah. All right. So no more questions for now.
We're too efficient.
Yeah, too fast. So if you have any other questions, just feel free. We still have a few minutes to go. We're just there for you, so that's just make the most of it. And if you don't have any more questions, you can just say on the chat that you're good for now, and that's just there.
And please don't forget to fill the survey after.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, we do enjoy getting a feedback after the webinar. Yeah. Especially maybe for the topics that maybe you would like us to cover for the next ones.
You read my mind.
Apparently, we have no more questions for now, so it looks like the end of this webinar.
And if everybody is happy, then so
Yeah.
are we.
All right. So
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. We had a very good time. We hope that you had a good time too.
Thank you.
And we
take
can
care
just
of
wish you all a
yourself.
very good day.
Have a beautiful day.
Yeah. All
And
right.
see you all very soon.
Alain for the Oscar.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you, guys.
See you soon, everyone. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you again.
You
Talk
can
to you
share the
soon.
replay at your Teams
Correct.
tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah.
You will be
Because the
available.
replay will be available
On YouTube
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
very soon. Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. See
Goodbye.
you
Have a
later.
beautiful day.